Sziasztok! Hi everyone, I'm Sándor, welcome to another Hungarian lesson. Let's take a look at some words and phrases Hungarians tend to shorten every time in everyday speech. Let's dive in. Our first word is the interrogative miért, which means why. This can be shortened in many ways. Let's take a simple question like miért vagy szomorú? Miért vagy szomorú? Why are you sad? Many times the T sound in miért gets dropped and people will just say miért vagy szomorú? Miért vagy szomorú? But a lot of times the R also gets dropped and we're left with miért vagy szomorú? Miért vagy szomorú? And if that wasn't enough, miért a lot of times ends up just being mi. Miért vagy szomorú? Miért vagy szomorú? Another interrogative that can be shortened is mikor? When? For example, mikor jössz? Mikor jössz? When are you coming? In everyday speech, we drop the R sound a lot of times and the O sound gets elongated. Or not, it can also stay short. So instead of mikor jössz, you might hear someone saying mikor jössz? Mikor jössz? When are you coming? You can also shorten the word akkor similarly. It means then. We have a phrase which is very widely used in everyday speech, which is akkor jó. Akkor jó. It means good then or alright then. So maybe one would say nincs semmi baj. Nincs semmi baj. There's no problem. To which someone might reply with akkor jó. Akkor jó. Alright then. Now in everyday speech, it will most likely sound like akkor jó. Akkor jó. And sometimes the A sound at the beginning of the word almost becomes silent. Akkor jó. Akkor jó. Interesting, right? A phrase that gets shortened quite often is nem tudom. Nem tudom. It means I don't know. A lot of times people will just say nem tudom. Nem tudom. I guess a lot of you knew this one already. I personally rarely say this, but many people do quite often. Then we have the word hát, which as a noun means back. I mean the body part. In that case, it never gets shortened. But it can also mean, well, according to the rules of Hungarian grammar, it is forbidden to start a sentence with this word. But we do it all the time. It can be used together with nem tudom, like this. Hát nem tudom. Hát nem tudom. Well, I don't know. But in everyday speech, we drop the T sound at the end all the time, so we're left with há nem tudom. Há nem tudom. And of course, it can also become há nem tudom. Há nem tudom. Here's another interesting phrase. Jól van. Jól van. Literally it means it's well. But it actually means okay or alright or good. It has a wide range of usage actually. If someone tells you that he or she is done with a task, you can say jól van. Jól van, meaning okay or good job. Or if a friend says to you, let's meet up at 8, you can say jól van, meaning okay or alright. But like I said, it has a wide range of usages. I don't have time to explain it all in this video. But in everyday speech, people will most likely just say jó van. Jó van. Let's say your son says megcsináltam a házi feladatot. Megcsináltam a házi feladatot. I did the homework. You can acknowledge it by saying jó van. Jó van, meaning okay, well done. Then there are words which are just too long and we're too lazy to say the whole thing. For example, fridge, officially in Hungarian is hűtőszekrény. Hűtőszekrény. It means cooler or cooling cabinet. In everyday speech, we just call it hűtő. Hűtő. It means cooler. Or repülőgép. Repülőgép, which means airplane. Literally it means flying machine. In everyday speech, we just call it repülő. Repülő. Interestingly enough, the word for computer is számítógép. Számítógép. It means calculating machine. This time we actually just keep the gép part, so a lot of times we call a computer simply as gép. Gép. It means machine. For example, nagyon jó géped van. Nagyon jó géped van. You have a very good computer. Alright, last one for today. Birthday in Hungarian is születésnap. Születésnap. Születés means birth and nap means day. You might have heard the phrase boldog születésnapot. Boldog születésnapot, which means happy birthday. In this case, születésnap receives the object particle. This is actually an incomplete sentence, but that's not important right now. What's important is that people rarely say születésnap. We just say szülinap. Szülinap. It sounds a bit cuter, but also it's shorter, so we tend to say this instead. So most of the time, we would just say boldog szülinapot. Boldog szülinapot, to say happy birthday. If you happen to have your birthday today, then boldog szülinapot. Thank you all for studying with me today. If you enjoyed this video, please hit the like and subscribe. And if you feel like supporting the channel even more, my PayPal information is in the description. See you in the next lesson. Sziasztok! A viszontlátásra!